Bad to the bone.
Hey, good morning, everyone. This is Charles Folkart, and it's February the 8th, 2017, and I'm going to do the second video on the passport. I'm going to try to keep this as short as possible, but this is very important, people. We're being walled in, and 99% of the people out there, they don't see it. And here's a tweet from Trump. When a country is no longer able to say who can and who cannot come in and out, especially for reasons of safety and security, big trouble. You know who the big trouble is for? The big trouble is for us. If things get so bad and we want to leave the country, they're not going to let us out. And if you don't see that's coming, I feel sorry for you. I went a little deeper into this passport thing, and this is what I found. Let's go have a look at it, shall we? I'm here at this article at the New American. It's dated February 7th, which was yesterday. I'll put a link below this video. I'm not going to read all this. If you're interested, which you probably won't be, you can come back here and read it. But I saw this, and now it all makes sense. Here it is right here. When she was senator, Democrat Barbara Boxer, and you can put those echoes around her name, she inserted a little paragraph into the highway transportation bill. Now, why it's in a highway transportation bill, I have no idea. Moving ahead for progress in the 21st Century Act. They always cloak their evil works, their evil deeds in these euphemisms. To provide funds to the IRS to create the database necessary to track delinquent taxpayers. All the wealthy people have trusts and LLCs and offshore bank accounts, but the little guy who makes, $200,000 a year or $400,000 a year, man, we're going to make sure he pays his taxes because it's only fair, because everybody else, all the other slaves are paying theirs. Anyway, I'm not going to go on. You can come back here. Folks, they start with $50,000 delinquent taxes, and that can be just something the IRS makes up. Come on. I have a friend who used to work for the IRS, and when I was telling her about this, she said, Charles, you're exactly right. I used to work for the IRS, and I know exactly what they do. They set the delinquent tax very high, and then they negotiate down after they audit you, etc. And who is the IRS to say that you can't have a passport? And the tax is illegal to begin with. You're not required to file a tax. It's voluntary, and they admit to that. I could show you link after link after link after link after link that shows you that the Internal Revenue Service, the federal income tax on individual taxes, is illegal and voluntary. But they make you think it's required, so most people do, because they don't want to have a problem with the mafia, IRS. And so they're going to reduce it to 25, and as I said in the previous video, after they reduce it to 25, they're going to add, if you don't file your tax return, we're going to revoke your passport. And it's just going to go down and down and down, so that a broader net is cast. The United States is the only government, there's one other government, sorry, there's only two governments in the world that tax their citizens when they work outside the country, and the United States is one of those. So you can be living outside the country like I did for 12 years, and if you don't file a tax return and obey your master back at home, they can revoke your passport. And then This is what they call a slippery slope. This is what they call the camel's nose in the tent. And most people are so excited about Trump, what he's doing. I had one guy on Twitter there tell me, well, this isn't something Trump has instigated. It's not one of his executive orders. So, but that's the whole point. The government is still the aspects of the government that are taking away our liberty and are enslaving us more and more every day are untouched by Trump. He's not saying a word about the IRS. He's not saying a word about the Federal Reserve. It's just unbelievable what that people don't see this. They're all excited because they got a man in the White House that's telling them what they want to hear. Oh, and one more thing before I go. If you go look on the internet to the people who have the highest number of subscribers and the highest number of views, they're the sites, they're the channels that are just telling you what the problems are. They're telling you that this is happening, this bad thing is happening, this bad thing just happened, and keeping you up on all the bad news. But they're not offering you any solutions. They're not saying, well, this is what we need to do about it. And they know that most people aren't going to do anything. That's why they never bring up the solutions, because people won't come back. If Americans actually did something and people actually told them this is what we need to do, which is what I've done in the last couple of videos about you young people paying the illegal federal income tax, you don't want to hear it. You'd rather buy another 6-pack of beer or a 12-pack, go sit and watch another game. And I don't know what you people are going to do now that the Super Bowl's over with. Oh boy. Anyway, that's all I've got to say. And boy, do we need the grace of God, the unmerited favor of God to be bestowed upon us, because we certainly need it. See ya. Bad.